What's up everyone, Shane here with ROA Off-Road. I'm down in Mesa, Arizona at our Experience Center. We have been down here with the team doing some heat tests because it is so hot. Yesterday we saw our thermostat getting up to 122 degrees. It was supposedly the hottest day this year. This day is following up to also be one of the hottest days of the year. Yesterday, we actually did a test. You're gonna wanna go check out that video. It was pretty cool. We tested a unit and we started it in the heat of the day. But today, we're calling this test Beat the Heat. And we're doing it the way you should do it. Hey, in case you didn't know, we actually have a new YouTube channel. It's called ROA Off-Road Inventory. You go down and click on that. You should go subscribe to it. You can actually meet the team at all of our stores. Mike and Justin are down in Arizona. They're doing videos every single week and releasing them, and they're actually walk-arounds of trailers. This channel, ROA Off-Road, is generally more educational stuff that we're putting out into the market, but that's actually all inventory related. So if you want to get more familiar with trailers, see what they have in sight, and also get to know the team better, go check that channel out. It's really cool, and we're adding new videos every single week. But let's get back into this test. On our previous video, we did a test with the Pause 19.4. And what we did, which was quite insane, we went and waited until it was the hottest part of the day, which is around 3 to 2 p.m. And we started when it was over 117 degrees outside. And on the inside of the trailer, it was also over 117 degrees. And we cranked on the AC to see if we could cool down the trailer. I would highly recommend you never do that. That was a bad decision, because to take a trailer that's almost 120 degrees inside and out and try to cool it down to a comfortable temperature, it's not a smart thing to do. Now, what I would recommend is that you, in the morning or the night before you're going on a camping trip, you cool down the entire unit and get it to a nice comfortable temp. And then you try to maintain that temp through the entire day. This is going to preserve your battery life. It's also going to, overall be easier to run your air conditioning. You're not going to be constantly running that compressor. It's just going to try to maintain the temps a lot easier. So today we got in really early and we set this up. It's 8:30. It's 101 degrees on the thermostat right now on the inside.
So in the previous test, it was 122 when we started?
Yeah, we started it in the middle of the day at 22. So we're cranking it on high. I'm going to drop it down to 60 degrees. And it says the thermostat up here says 99, 101. These don't always match perfectly, but we're gonna let the AC run. Let's check the outside thermostat too while we're at it. Here, take it. 101. So
yep.
The ambient outside temperature is the same as the inside temperature. Okay, we're checking in on the Pause reboot. And as you can see, the outside ambient air temperature is 113 degrees. Now, if you watched our previous test, I would have told you generally air conditioning systems are only designed to reduce the ambient air temperature from outside to inside 20 to 30 degrees. Even a residential house, when you think about that, 20 to 30 degrees, if it's 100 degrees outside, you can get your house down to 70 to 75 degrees. That's pretty comfortable. Now here in Arizona, when it gets all the way up to 110 to 120 degrees, getting the inside temperatures to the 80s can actually be difficult. So we never expected to get the temperature that low. We were hoping for 20 to 30 degrees, but we did start this early in the morning. Last time we started it in the heat of the day and it had to try to cool everything down. So we're doing what we would call pre-cooling it, and we're hoping that it will maintain a colder temperature throughout the day. If we can get in between 20, 30 degree variance, that would be a massive win. So let's go inside and check it out. We're going on about 2 hours and the temperature inside this trailer is 80 degrees. And it actually feels really nice in here. Coming in from 113 degrees into 80 degrees, that's a 33 degree difference. That's actually really, really good, especially when air conditioning systems aren't really designed to go above 30. We're winning the average. Generally, that's just gonna be because of good insulation. The walls actually feel like the ambient temperature in here. Everything feels actually really nice. I'm gonna go and grab my heat gun and test the walls and everything to see what it's penetrating from outside to inside in a bit, but this feels really good. And something else that you got to keep in mind is when you're in a small space and you have that cold air blowing on you, it actually feels even better. So I know like most people might say 80 degrees is kind of warm, but when the cold air is blowing on you, it feels a lot better. That's just kind of picking up the ambient air. I'm really happy about this 33 degree difference. I mean, if you're in 100 degrees, you're not going to have any problem getting your trailer into the 70s, 60s almost even. So I will have to admit, I don't know if it's going to hold this temperature. It's because it is still, we haven't even gotten to the afternoon. Once it gets to the heat of the day, I'm not sure it will actually survive and maintain these cool temperatures. But let's see, 113 doing pretty good, but let's see 115 and if it can hold that temp. Okay, everyone, we've come out to check on the unit. It's been a couple hours, almost 1 p.m. here. It is hot. The thermometer is reading 112 degrees. The concrete right here on the ground is almost 160 degrees. It's so hot here. This is just crazy to me. I'm gonna hit the trailer really quick, see what we get. Let's get it on the sun a little bit. And I'm also hitting the metal trim, trying to get the hottest part. 122 degrees, which is crazy. The concrete is hotter. I don't know why. So let's hit the outside exterior wall. We're a little bit in shade right here, but you can see we are 112 degrees, which is about what the ambient temperature is outside, which it would make sense. This is in the shade, 112 degrees. That's insane. So let's get inside. Let's measure the temperature on the inside walls to see what the difference is between outside and inside and the ambient air, etc. Let's find out. It's gonna be exciting. I hope it doesn't fail totally, but let's go inside and find out. Holy, it's cold. Or we just entered a refrigerator. No, not really. This is, oh my gosh, look at this. It's 76 degrees in here. That's impressive. That is real. I don't even, what's the math on that? 86, 96, 106? 36, 30. Yeah, 36 degrees, 112. It's 30. That's a so air conditioning units are generally rated 20 to 30 degrees colder, and this is doing 36 degrees. That's incredible. That's insane. Wow. I was hoping it would stay around 8. Well, last time we were in here, it was around, I can't remember what it was, in the 80s or something. Yeah, I was expecting as the temperature was going up during the day, the inside of the temperature of the trailer would also climb. You know, if it's 112 degrees outside, I would be happy with 30 degree, 25, 30 degrees. So I was expecting it to be creeping up towards 90. That's incredible. Anyway, we are running the air conditioner. It sounds like it's on high. Yeah, it's on high. This AC unit is a little bit further away. Like the bed is way over here. The AC unit's over there, and it's blowing like maybe right down into this area. Now, so if I hit the bed really quick, okay, so the bed, we're getting about an 80 degree temperature. Let's hit the wall really quick. Yeah, that's great. 82 degrees. And the outside was 112. Wow. So that's, holy moly, 30, what is that? 90, 32 degrees. Yeah, so from outside to inside, that's pretty good. Hit the cabinet right there. So 80 degrees. So we're getting a pretty consistent 80 degree temperature. Now this is the inverter box. This is running everything, charging everything. I wanted to check to see what we're sitting in here. So we're at 92 degrees. That's really good. I'm gonna just close this up because I don't think it needs to be out anymore. And I'm gonna just put this cushion on. I might come back later and lift it up really quick and measure it with it closed inside. There are vents, so there shouldn't be any problem with that. But now, if I were sleeping in this, I would probably adjust that. Instead of having it shoot down, I would have it try to shoot farther down, like more straight, and have it dump towards the bed more. But if you hit this, you can see it's 67 degrees. this is one of the things that I like to point out to people. Like, yeah, the ambient air in here might, you know, say it's 77, 76 degrees, but this air right here is 67 degrees and it's hitting my head right here, and it's actually cold on my head. So at nighttime, when you're sleeping in here and that air is dumping, blowing onto you, it's actually quite a bit colder. Like in my, for example, like my home, you know, during the day, I have the temperature set around 74, 73, 74, 75 degrees. Upstairs at night, I'll drop the temperature down. So I'll drop it to around 70 degrees just to make it nice and chilly in the house. I sleep better when it's cold. I think most people do. But when I've been on camping trips and the AC is blowing on me, I've noticed that I have to actually increase the temperature because it feels colder at night. I was just on a 3-week trip, and when I put it to 70 degrees to go to bed, I woke up freezing in the middle of the night because the cold air is just kind of, it's closer to you, right? So I ended up bumping it up to 74, 75 degrees at night because the air coming out of this is a lot colder than the actual ambient air. And if you feel it blowing on you, you will feel that chill. So that's something to keep in mind when you're in a small space with the AC blowing like that. But this is impressive. I think we should let it keep on going towards the end of the day, and we'll come back, check in, see where it's sitting at, and we'll return and report. We're about 4 p.m. today and going on almost 8 hours trying to keep this thing cool. So let me give you some temperature readings. First, I'm gonna hit the pavement. Luckily, I'm in the shade. I'm gonna go and hit it in the sun. Yep, it's getting a lot cooler. We're closer to 153 instead of 158. The ambient air outside is 112 degrees still, so it hasn't changed. This in the shade, we're reading 118 degrees. Let's head on inside, see how things are looking. Okay, let's see where we're at. Turn some lights on, and holy moly! First of all, it's cold in here. Check this out. 73 degrees. It's 113, almost 113 degrees. Is that 40? That's a 40 degree difference? 83, 93, 103. That's 40 degrees. That's insane. Okay, when we started this in the morning at 100 degrees and it dropped it down to 80, it had a 20. I was expecting it to slowly climb, you know, maybe to 82, 83, 84, 85. The inside building is running the AC all day long, and it's like maintaining 80, 82 degrees. It keeps dropping. We're at 73 degrees now. That is insane. This is blowing cold air for sure. So, yeah, we're seeing 65 degrees coming out of this. That's normal. Like if you're in a house, even in Arizona, out of the vent, it's going to be way cold. But usually the cold, you know, will fill up the house and it will slowly dissipate out of the walls, through the roof, through the windows. So this thing it's holding in the air, the cold air, really, really well. Let's hit the walls really quick. So pretty good. 81 degrees on the wall. This is incredible. I mean, let me hit this right here. Yeah, so 81 degrees right there. Roof. I mean, 84 degrees, and we're talking, it's getting baked right now. The sun is hitting the roof, and if it was 120 degrees in the shade and 150 degrees out on the concrete, see what it's looking like under there, because it's got to be hot. Yeah, it's 108 degrees, so that makes sense, because that's a hot little box with mechanical stuff in there. The vent should be cooling it down now. Okay, so I feel really satisfied. It's almost 4 p.m. The day's over in about an hour. I think we're gonna turn off the air conditioner. We're gonna leave the thermostat in here, and we're gonna watch it and see how fast it climbs over the next hour. I would expect it to get really hot in here really fast, honestly. So I'm not expecting it to hold in the cold air for much time. This has been running on full blast as I've been coming in all day. So I just imagine it's gonna do okay, but this is awesome. Thank you, Paz, for building such an incredible trailer that is insulating really, really well. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. You want to see more footage of units and trailers and walkarounds. We have stores all over the country, South Carolina, Arizona, Colorado, and we have a new channel called the ROA Inventory, and those guys are putting up videos every single week of new units landing. So if you want to just really see units and from a different perspective, go check out that YouTube channel. This channel here is really, we try to keep it educational and showcasing the new products that are coming out. So thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day and stay cool.
1 hour later.
It actually feels cooler in here, but it says it's 99 degrees. So yeah, in about an hour, it went from 73 to 90. Definitely gonna want to keep the AC running if you're in 112 degrees. At least it's not 112 degrees like outside. It does feel cooler in here. It's like probably 13 degrees cooler. So very cool. It's a win. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like symbol, and see you later.
Stay cool.
Stay cool.